Hello everyone! Welcome back to another video. This is episode 14 and today we are going to be working on placing our conduit down, and you know that we cannot just do some simple little design. I've got some materials in my inventory right now that I'm going to use for it. I think I'm going to go with probably sort of a tree type design for our lovely conduit, and this means we'll also be able to knock it off of our to-do list right here. So I also need to add to our to-do list a bit because I forgot a couple things, like making our laboratory. Gotta get that done down there, and that goes hand in hand with finishing up the guardian farm. We are also going to need to work on our ravine, so decorate the ravine. And I might want to do mini farms in there, so I'm gonna actually just put in brackets mini farms just to add that to our list. Okay, now that that's finished, let's head over this way. So I think I would like to put our first conduit in this area here. I think our palace area is ending up being so large that we're going to end up needing probably 2 or 3 conduits. But a first one could go here because this is the entrance to our ravine, so we would probably get access to the conduit's powers in there. I'm going to start us off by just building the base conduit and clearing out some of this kelp. It's kind of in the way. Kelp is really pretty, but really obnoxious. Oh, and if you guys don't realize, this is actually the spot for my outro. The ship is just right there. Yep, there it is. That's where I filmed the outro that we have, that peaceful music and the kelp swaying with the ocean currents. I just love it. Maybe we'll change up that outro a bit once we get some designs down on this side. Goodness, okay, my inventory is full. I actually need a chest specifically for kelp. I did not realize how much was in this area. Oh gosh, I have really made a mess of things. Okay, I'm gonna make a kelp chest. Oh look, we already have a kelp chest. That is perfect. That's precisely what I need. I think I'm going to get rid of some of the coral that is in my inventory as well, because it's kind of just taken up quite a significant amount of space that we don't need taken up right now because we haven't even started building, let alone decorating. This is so much kelp! Oh my gosh, I'm like swimming in a bath of kelp. Alright everyone, I have picked up an absurd amount of kelp, and there's still kelp out there. I can't get rid of it. It's growing like a weed. Anyways, I'm going to ignore it, and we are going to make some spruce logs. I don't think this is going to be enough, but we'll try it, see how it goes, and I'm going to actually start on this design. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually put down our conduit at the base of the tree. I'm not sure exactly where that's going to be down here. It needs to be a good spot. I think probably like here? Is that like the lowest point? My problem in this area is because it's a coral reef or like a warm ocean area, it's not that deep. So I can't build anything super big because, I mean, a conduit is kind of large in itself. Alright guys, so I've picked out a spot where I'm going to put our conduit. It needs to be sort of close to the ravine, but also in a place where we can get enough height. Because we're in this warm ocean sort of coral reef area, our ocean isn't actually very deep at all. I'm just placing a couple of these sea pickles so you guys can see where I place my conduit. So, something like this. I've never built one of these before. I gotta make sure I get it right. Oh my gosh, I also need to build it so badly. I don't have respiration. Oh, hello, drowned. Oh dear, I don't have anything out to fight you with. Hang on, give me a moment. Let me get my sword out, sir. It's gotta be a fair fight. Thank you very much. Goodness, I don't see very many of those. That's a strange occurrence. Alright, build this up. I think we can place it in the middle there now. Get rid of that block. Is it going to activate? Oh, thank goodness. I don't have to go back up anymore now. Alright, so this is the conduit. I think this is the maximum amount of blocks she needs. Oh, and some in the center here. It's so pretty. I love it so much. It's absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so my plan with this conduit is to basically build a tree up around it, which I'm not exactly sure how is going to work because I'm not sure how this thing functions or Yeah, I'm not sure like where you are allowed to place blocks on it that it like won't get mad at you, but hopefully I can get away with sort of building up a 3x3 trunk here. I just realized I wasted some blocks right here. Don't want to do that. No wasting. No wasting. This wood is going to be precious. We're going to need so much of it. Yeah, we're going to like build out some branches. This is what I was talking about with height. So like, yeah. We don't have very much height to work with, which is rather unfortunate, I think, but we'll figure something out. Alright, swim away, chop down some of this so we get a better view. Yeah, I mean, I think that'll be an okay shape for like a ruin type tree area near our palace, for sure. I kind of want to be able to actually see the conduit through there, so I may look like the tree is being sort of corrupted or broken into by this conduit, and I think I'm okay with that effect. I think that's something that I would like to hold on to a little bit. Alright, so with the blocks that I had on me, this is the shape that I was able to get so far. I need to go get some more blocks. I literally have 3 and then 2 of the normal blocks, so time to go farm some wood. But so far, I'm super happy with that, and it's going to allow us to explore this ravine so easily. Look, we can actually see the inside of it now. Oh, this is so exciting. Also, this dirt that's above it right now, I think we're going to break that out for glass, so it'll look like it's kind of cutting through our palace eventually, and of course decorate all through here with sandy bottoms and prismarine and all the works. Okay, so I've gone ahead and collected a few more materials. Not a lot, but I think it should get us through quite a bit more. Let's just hop into the water here and take a look at what we're doing. I'm definitely going to be struggling a lot with height. I think I'm going to have to thin out the tree a little bit so that it looks better proportionally. Yeah, it's tricky to know how this thing is going to end up looking because it is so thick, but it can't be very tall in order to have room for leaves still, which is a bit awkward, not gonna lie. Hopefully it will end up working out in the end though. Gonna see if I can get this to kind of work. Add lots of branches in. If you place your branches correctly, you end up saving yourself a lot of time in placing the leaves. That is something I have learned with quite a lot of tree building. Hopefully it applies to the survival aspect. I think it probably will. I didn't mean to delete that one. There we go. And I'm gonna put one right here. This is lovely, not having to go up for breath all the time. Really, really refreshing. It's almost like flying. Yeah, that may be just a little too far out for the size of the tree. I'm not sure how kind of short and stubby I want it to look, but I think that's a little bit too short and stubby. I'll do a branch here instead. I think that would be a much better alternative. Just kind of slowly placing each of my branches, making sure they're in the right place before I move on. This is kind of dangerous. What time of day is it? I need to make sure that I'm not allowing any spawning to happen because we do still get creepers around here and I don't want any creepers blowing up my palace. That would be absolutely tragic. Okay, back down we go. You know, it kind of looks really cool from the surface still. I think this definitely looks like a tree. I'm proud to say that it does indeed look like a tree. Okay, I don't want the branch to come quite up to the surface. I think that's a little bit too much. Yeah, something like that. Let's raise that up like that and get one going this way. Goodness, we've got a lot of drowned coming around us now. I've never really noticed the drowned before, but I guess it's because I haven't really been in the water. I'm going to move that there so that I can keep my axe in my hand. That would make for easier building, hopefully. Alright, oh, shoot, it is going to do that, though. Alright, can't build like that. Never mind. Take it back. I want to build downwards in some places. So, to make it look more realistic, I'm not going to have all of my branches coming in the upward position. Some of them are going to need to face down. This will hopefully make it a little bit more realistic. Like this one right here. Alright, let's give that a look. Hey, that's kind of cool, actually. And that's just a trunk. I kind of want to place in some leaves just to see what it looks like, but I'm trying really hard not to rush into anything, because we need to make sure the branch is perfectly correct before we do anything more. Maybe can fill that in a little bit. Delete this one right here. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. I'm going to just do one more branch right here. And then coming downward again. I don't really like that all of the branches are coming out of the same area of the tree. That's not something that I would normally do. I would normally try to branch it off a little bit, but because we don't have any height to work with really, it's a lot harder to do that. So I think I may have to kind of work with this shape the best I can. I like that. Okay, so I've picked out a couple of different leaves for us. So this, we have in my inventory right now, this is what we're going to be using for leaves. So I've got some dark oak, or just regular oak, it looks the same, birch, and prismarine. And I'm just going to place a few of these around. Oh no! The leaves are not waterlogged. Can we waterlog them? It's going to be the determining factor. We can't waterlog leaves! Oh, this is tragic. Okay, prismarine it is. It'll be a prismarine and coral mix now. So this actually could push us to be a little bit more interesting actually with our building. I don't know why I assumed leaves would be able to be waterlogged. I don't know, just kind of an assumption that I made. A bad one, obviously. The best part about being able to do this, though, is that we can now, is this silk touch? I'm going to put my silk touch one on, just in case. We can now place some different blocks on these, like we can place the grass on top of these solid blocks, we can place the coral on these solid blocks, and we can really just have a lot of fun with decorating this tree. Alright, this is certainly going to take quite a lot of blocks to get this looking fluffy enough, but already it's looking pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with this. I want to see it from the surface. That actually does look pretty awesome. I think it would look amazing with some ruins around it as well, sort of like we did in a live stream at one point. I think that would look fantastic as sort of a source of magic kind of in the water around our palace. Alright. I'm going to add in a little bit of this blue coral. I think blue is definitely the color that I want to go for down here the absolute most. Alright, so the tree at this point needs quite a few more leaves, so I'm going to kind of grind that out, get a lot of the prismarine in place, and then I will be back with you guys to do some of the decorating. Alright everyone, so I've done some work on our coral and prismarine tree here, and I think it's coming together rather nicely. I personally am very happy with it. I would like to go around now and just place a couple of these brain coral and brain coral fans as sort of like a flower. I think the pink is going to be a really nice accent, so I want to focus on using mainly just the pink color instead of doing like a whole rainbow. I'll use the rest of the corals kind of around the base of the tree a little more. Can we do upside down? Oh, no, we can't. That's so tragic. It comes so close to the surface, which is a little bit annoying, I will admit. I do wish it was just slightly deeper water around here, but I'm okay with it. I just think we could have done a lot more and had a lot funner of a shape if we had more space, but perhaps there will be a deeper ocean somewhere along the way where we can try another coral tree. Yeah, I like that. I think that brings a nice amount of color to it. I was debating filling in this pathway here that leads into the ravine, but I think I'm going to leave it until we decide exactly what we're going to be doing with this ravine. The ravine creates this wonderful little pathway that happens to lead straight to our tree, so I think that is going to be absolutely fantastic in the future, or at least it has the potential to be, so I mean, why not leave it? It's not really hurting anybody. Alright, I'm going to place some coral on the trunk down here. Let's get a red one. Some different colors, and a bubble. There we go. The colors really just add so much more life to our conduit design. Alright, I'm gonna head up now and get a few materials so that we can sort of build some ruins around this. It looks rather cool from the surface as well. I've added some sea pickles around it, and although you can't see it when the conduit is active, from the surface it looks really cool and adds a very nice glow. Alright, I'm going to destroy just a little more of this kelp so that I can sort of see what's going on, especially the kelp that's really close to the tree. That's it's gotta go. Oh, the dolphin is enjoying playing with all my kelp items. Hello, dolphin! How wonderful! Dolphin's Grace, thank you so much. Alright, let's just get some of these pillars coming up. I want it to be like these pillars are in ruin, but I still want them to be a really nice asset to this area. So hopefully they'll blend in and go with the palace well. Now that I'm looking at this, it may be just slightly too large. Oh, I love seeing the dolphin swim around! How wonderful! That's so funny. Alright, I'm gonna just see if we can get sort of a nice... whoops! Oh dear, the kelp. Goodness me. There's so much kelp in this area. Here you go, dolphin. Take some more entities off my hands. Goodness! That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, that's too far out. Alright. I want to get a nice curve, but I don't know. It's kind of challenging to do, because I didn't really measure it where my pillars were going. Okay, I think this could work. All I'm going to do is just sink this down one, or maybe use these slabs here to kind of help transition it. Yeah, like it's kind of broken off in spots. I think that could be a nice effect. Yeah, I think that definitely adds something to it. I kind of want to see what it looks like if I extend the pillar up in a spot like that. I don't mind that too much. I mean, it kind of just looks like an archway right now. Like a regular old archway, and that is not the effect I'm going for. So I'm going to try and add a couple more of these like ruined, maybe toppled over pillars in places. Like right here, for example. I definitely like this look with the ruins so far, but I think it needs just something else, like a little less ruined. Maybe like some lanterns underwater, and I want to try this with the sea pickles and see what this looks like. So just a basic design that I would do above ground with the stairs, but with some sea pickles on it. I think that could add quite a lot to this area, doing a couple pillars like that with sea pickles on it. Let's do another one right here on the other side of the pathway. Because at the moment, you cannot really see these ruins above ground because they're so dark, but down here we can see them very easily, so I think it would be lovely to add some of these details in place. I want to come in here and actually change out this flooring that's in here to a prismarine. I think that'll give it a much more magical look, and maybe have it kind of like spiraling and cracking out of the ground through here as well. Maybe that could add something to our build. Yeah, like a little spiral right here. I think that could be really nice. I'm going to continue with that. Alright, so I've added a few more pillars in the back, and I'm just going to try to connect these together sort of with some slabs. I think I like the idea of using slabs a lot more than the full blocks. Just seems easier to build with. I love placing these coral fans around. They just look like lovely little blossoms on the ocean floor. I absolutely love them. I'm going to place way too many of them, and I don't care. They're just so wonderful. Look at that. This place is really coming together. It looks like a proper area for our conduit to be. I do need to remove the crafting table, though. There we go. Alright, so now that we've got this underway a good bit, I think I'm going to leave this right here for now. I want to hear what you guys are thinking, get some of your input and ideas before I continue anymore, because of course your opinions matter very much to me. For now, I want to actually try to connect our storage room into that ravine, because I think if I'm correct, it should connect fairly easily. And if it does, then that means that I can expand this storage room to easily connect into the ravine, which I really, really want to do. I'm going to switch out for my silk touch. There we go. I don't think I'll have to dig very far into here before I hit water, or at least that is what I'm hoping. Actually, let me just dig in a 2x1 hallway and see how far it is. There it is! Okay, I was right. Here we go, and we get the conduit. So that right there will be the entrance to our storage room from the underwater. We can also clear out all of these chunks of rock here. Get these all out of the way to clear the way so that we can properly build in this ravine. Alright, that is wonderful. So I'm going to need to create some fence gates real fast because, of course, the water is flowing in, which is rather annoying. How many do I need? Oh, I need more than that. Okay, I gotta make some more of those. There we go. I think I actually need 9, but that's okay. A couple more, I'll never go astray. I actually kind of forgot, but I have these different colored coral as well, so maybe I could place some of those in different patterns around our conduit design. That could be super awesome. Alright, here it is. It is open all the way. I just had to place in my fence gates. Ah! There we go. Now I can easily get through into the ravine whenever I want. And the conduit kicks in. Oh, how wonderful. I cannot wait to decorate this area. Have the palace up above it coming down. We've got so many connections to caves through here that we can do wonderful things in. I'm so excited. Let's fly through the ravine and see our lovely conduit. There it is. Look at the fish swimming near it. Oh, how wonderful. I love that. Let's take a screenshot. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. I think there's a lot of work to be done here still. I think the ruins could definitely use a lot more structure. The tree could maybe be reshaped a little bit. We could add some more bits of coral in around here. Maybe some prismarine structures down here. But all of those things can come in time. And I'm in no rush to get through this quickly. We've got a lot of building to do around here. And thankfully, lots of projects to do with it. So, with that said, let's head over to our to-do list real quick, knock that off, and then we will move on to our comment of the day. I'm going to replace that with palace walls. Get terracotta. Is that how you spell it? It is now. So we need a lot of this regular terracotta to fill in our walls, which is which is going to take a lot of time. So I'm going to add that to our to-do list so that is something that I can work on while we are doing everything else. Alright, so it was actually really challenging to pick a comment of the day today because you guys leave so many amazing comments. Like, seriously, you guys have the most amazing ideas ever. I don't know what I would do without you guys. So there are so many good ideas for organics around this palace, for different walls and roofs and farms all in this area, as well as in our little island with the lighthouse on it out in the ocean. But anyways, today's comment of the day comes from Gab712, who says, "Cool walls. The enchantment tower seems kind of small next to your big palace. So I thought you could put more of those towers that could be used for farming, for example. Good luck at your school and well done being able to keep up with the series." Thank you so much, Gab. I think that's a wonderful idea. So you are correct. Our enchantment tower is a dwarf just slightly by our palace. It's a little tiny, but I think it still fits in very nicely and is the proper size for what we need going on inside that enchantment tower. We still have a lot of work to do in there as well, and finishing the roof. But you are right, we do need some more towers around here, and I do have some plans for some. For example, I would like to have one tower coming up out of the ocean, probably somewhere on this side. Maybe that side? I haven't really decided yet, to be honest, but I want it to have a mermaid on it coming up out of the water. I think that would be a really beautiful sort of centerpiece or maybe mascot for the palace. So my plan for this palace, besides the obvious above ground palace, this will have most of our interior stuff in it, Mostly a lot of decorative interior, honestly. I want our mini farms to be below in the ravine around where our storage room is, so under this core area right here. This core area, I want to have some larger farms, most likely. I think either on that island over there, where we were talking about the Sandcastle Village, probably going to do an underground mob farm, either over there, or on the Shipwreck Island that we can see right there. I haven't quite decided yet. On this side, we will have a staircase right here that'll lead into the water, which is why we're going to need more than one conduit, because although that one reaches fairly far, I think we're going to need it to reach way far that way. So it'll be perfect for building for now, though. This palace is going to go into the water deep down here, and then the palace structure will continue underwater over here. So this will be like our underwater side of the palace. Then on the actual island we have our above ground side, and on the other side we'll have many more towers, maybe a few ships, and have like the above ground part. So it's like a mermaid side and then a human side, sort of. That's my idea right now. It's just a concept in my head. Maybe it'll pan out, maybe I won't. These ideas always end up evolving over time. As we build more, we'll get more ideas and things will change. Anyways, I'm so glad you guys are as excited for this series and these builds as I am. I definitely have a lot of work to do, but I think I'm going to start live streaming fairly soon to get some of the more grindy parts of the palace out of the way. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye!